This is a Times Now exclusive. Times Now has accessed an internal MHA office memorandum that raises questions on the preferential allotment of 2.72 crores equity shares, which has in fact been given to Etihad by Jet Airways. The MHA has sought clarification from the Department of Economic Affairs. Let's quickly go across to Megha Prasad, who joins us from the Mumbai news desk. Now, Megha, just take us through what this actually means for the Jet Etihad deal.
Well, at this moment, the copy of this MHA note, which is there on my phone, if I could read this out to you, Sanket, it is basically a document, an internal note of the Ministry of Home Affairs that it has written to the Department of Economic Affairs, and very clearly questioning the basically the entire foreign collaboration, between the two big companies, this mega aviation deal that we have been focusing on for the last 3 to 4 months now, Sanket. The questions that are very, very clear that have been raised from by the Ministry of Home Affairs deals with the ownership pattern. I mean, if in lay terms, if I have to explain this, it deals with the questions over the ownership pattern of the Messrs. Tailwinds. And remember, Tailwinds is a company that is the parent company of Jet Airways. So here is a company which is, the bigger company under which Jet Airways comes, which is signing a deal with another country, and this mega aviation deal is happening. Here the questions are being raised by the Ministry of Home Affairs on that big parent company, on the equity shares, the ownership holding pattern of this bigger company, Messrs. Tailwinds. Also remember, few months back, the Department of DIPB had raised similar questions, and those questions had not been answered. Here, right now, before I go into the details of this particular note, let me also tell you that this is the deal that has been signed between these two, between India and, of course, the MOU that was signed between India and UAE, and then which was followed by this particular deal, the mega aviation deal that we've been talking about. It has got all its clearances, whether be it from the Finance Ministry, whether be it from the SEBI, whether be it from the FIPB or DIPB. Everybody has cleared this. I think the last clearance which needed to be given from the Competition Commission of India, probably that is awaited. But here comes another note, which we do not know whether has been answered by the Department of Economic Affairs as yet or not, because this is a note which is a very recent one. It dates to this memorandum, of course, dates to 13th of December 2013. And the points that it raises, Sanket, it says the question that it is raising, of course, it wants to know the source of initial capital of Messrs. Tailwinds. The other question is, it asks whether there has been any change in the ownership of Tailwinds since its incorporation. If so, the details of the previous shareholders, along with share transaction details, including the monetary payment. Also, details of debt and borrowing, details of the recipients of the payment made by Tailwinds, details of the dividend paid by Tailwinds, profit and loss accounts and balance sheets of Tailwinds. All of these have not yet been furnished. So the big question is that is this deal went through without the very basic checks? Are all these different authorities and bodies, including the SEBI or the Finance Ministry, all of them gave their clearances, gave their approval without getting into the basics, where, this is the parent company Tailwinds, and you do not even know the basics of that particular company. So what are we, how did this come to this very stage where the 11th hour, where the deal is almost about to be sealed and finalized? Are these questions being raised, which basically means there has been a terrible lapse somewhere, and these questions are now, of course, this is an internal note, not for the media, but now that it has come out in the public domain, it is for us to see exactly what might have happened and how the clearance was given in the first place.